One of the most loyal allies of Ukraine in the war with Russia are the Baltic states. If calculated as a percentage of gross domestic product, Latvia and Estonia are among those who provided Ukraine with the largest military assistance, spending about 0.8% of their GDP. Partners also help with the restoration of the Ukrainian energy system after the Russian terrorist attacks. Estonia has recently sent to Ukraine 11 buses with power equipment and before that 10 buses with power generators. This country also constantly acts as a lobbyist for the interests of Ukraine on the world stage. And now I've got another guest of Spotlight Ukraine. This is the ambassador of the Republic of Estonia to Ukraine, Mr. Kaimo Kuusk. Hello and welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Pleasure.
How will Estonia help Ukraine to restore its energy infrastructure?
So we are learning what do you need, and then we are seeking for those equipment from Estonia. We are sending you generators, we are sending you transformers. One of them was 62 tons in weight, so they are really heavy ones. Interesting thing, we just had 2 weeks ago a radio program where we discussed about problems in energy in Ukraine. And after that, one entrepreneur, Estonian one, called in to the radio program and said that, hey, we just changed the old transformers to a new ones and we didn't know where to put the old ones. So, well, we are sending those to Ukraine.
Thank you. Thank you. Kyiv, you might know this information, could face an apocalyptic scenario this winter if Russia continues to launch airstrikes on Ukraine. So in case there's going to be an apocalyptic scenario, there's going to be lots of refugees, and one of the countries they can flee to is Estonia. Am I right?
Well, first, we understand it very well. Our embassy team experiencing the situation in Kyiv by ourselves, me included. At the moment, for Christmas time, I'm shortly in Estonia, but in the beginning of January, I will be back. If we are talking about different scenarios, we have to be ready for exactly the several ones, including the very, very hard cases. So possible refugees, of course, if you don't have electricity, you don't have warmth, you don't have water, it makes people move. And first of all, exactly inside the country, but also towards Europe, including Estonia.
But if I'm not mistaken, Prime Minister of Estonia, Kaja Kallas, said that her country will not be able to help Ukrainian refugees in the amount as before in case of new wave of refugees begins. Could you comment on that?
Estonia has welcomed more than 100,000 Ukrainian refugees, so 65,000 have stayed. We have even opened a special Ukrainian school for Ukrainian kids. But by the way, in February and in March, we in Estonia, we thought that we are able to take only 5,000. So now it's 65. So I'm optimist in nature. So I hope together we are able to avoid the apocalyptic scenario. But even if needed, I'm pretty sure we will find the solutions. For example, Finland have promised that they will help us. They are welcoming then refugees also from Estonia to Finland, because Finland at the moment have greeted 45,000 refugees. So we have room, and we're pretty sure that if people are escaping war, we will take them as well.
If I'm not mistaken, when Estonia has become an independent state, the same situation with the crisis was from Russia, and there was a threat of evacuation of Tallinn. Do you remember those times, and what did you do to prevent that?
Absolutely, that was the case. We got independence back, and Russia has not acted differently. Okay, we didn't have war. That case, we were lucky, but Russia closed down oil and fuel deliveries to Estonia, so they cancelled all the treaties, thinking that they can then make us go back to Soviet Union or well, some kind of a different union with them. And we really had a scenario. We had the plans where we should evacuate the majority of Tallinn people, the capital of Estonia, to the countryside, where you are heating your flats and houses with wooden ovens. Plus, of course, it's easier to manage with the smaller cities. Actually, you can cope with that. So we really had the plans, but on the last moment, our Finnish neighbors sent 2 tankers of heavy oil for Estonia. They borrowed us money, and we were able to heat the season actually. So yeah, we have gone through similar planning phase at least.
Which country can actually send Ukraine oil tanks?
Well, I think you at the moment have fuel. In May, our embassy team, and not only, all the Ukrainians had problems with car fuel actually. So now it's solved, and it's really good feeling. So I can understand that the liter is more expensive than it was, but you know, and of course, you know, it's even worse if you don't have fuel at all. So what Europe can do, we can sell, help you with additional electricity.
Equipment.
We are sending you generators. Our embassy have 2 small generators to heat ourselves up. So with a very good friends, we have a small sauna in embassy as well. We can heat good friends up in Kyiv as well, actually. Maybe you know the story that Estonian volunteers sent 1 mobile sauna to militaries in Donbass, actually, for Ukrainians to heat them up, and it's something. We are believing in saunas in Estonia.
Thank you so much, and on behalf of all the Ukrainian nation, to you, to the embassy, to all the Estonian people for your help and for your support. You're really kind and good friends of Ukraine. And I still got the last question. We were talking about the plans, and Valery Zaluzhny has said that he is sure there's going to be another counteroffensive to Kyiv. And now, if I'm not mistaken, you live in the capital of Ukraine. In case of another escalation, are you going to leave Kyiv and go abroad?
No, I think we have adjusted. We have plans, we have resources. We are bringing more military aid. Yes, even Estonia, although we sometimes saying that it's not easy to find more, but we will be sure. So we will bring more military aid. Ukrainian forces are now absolutely more ready to repel some of the attempts from the northern direction. So I think we are with you.
Thank you. Brave and solid, the ambassador of the Republic of Estonia to Ukraine, Kaimo Kuusk, who was the guest of Spotlight Ukraine. We wish you happy holidays, keep safe, and thank you once again for your help. Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Latest news, trends, and analytics on all about Ukraine. Like, share, and subscribe. Any questions, proposals, and comments, contact us via email.